ฮัลโหลใครเข้ามาแล้วบ้างดูนะฮะแฮปปี้ดีนะฮะ Okay, so to those of you just zoom in, right? Class number six, class ECP and class attendance check here. I'm going to say that to those of you just entering into the Zoom, right? Just make sure that you check the attendance into the line group. Uh-huh. Your name and ID student would be appreciated. All right. So today class we have to study for class number six, right? I'm going to check for the first begin first. Is there anyone to have to do the presentation for today class? Just raise your hand for me, please. No, right? Okay. Basically, we're gonna have a presentation. Yeah, yeah.
Me presentation today.
Okay, good. Wait a second. Just waiting for your friend first, and then I'm going to stop my screen here first. And if those of you just want to do have a presentation, just share the screen here. Okay, stop screening. Yeah.
Can we start now?
Yes, you can start now.
Okay. Okay, good morning, Professor and friends. Today's presentation gonna look at participles. This is a little bit more advanced grammar, but it's useful and it's used everyday speaking, especially writing and reading, because you're going to see participles in everywhere. So let's take a look at the definition of participle next. A participle is a word derived from a verb that can be used as an adjective or to form certain verbs tenses. There are two main types of participles. The first one is past participles, typically ending in ed, en, ne, or t, are used for perfect tenses or passive voice constructions. Second one is present participles, always ending in ing, are used for continuous tenses. Next. Participles are a particular form of verb that has two main purposes. The first one is turn the verb into an adjective to modify nouns. Second one is connect with auxiliary verbs to create different tenses, such as the present perfect tense. Next. The present participle is used in the continuous tenses or as an adjective describing an action that is currently taking place. For example, the bird is singing outside my window. And the second example is the singing bird is outside my window. The first one is continuous tenses like verb to be plus verb ing, and the sentence below is an adjective describing an action. So typically formed by adding ing to the end of the verb. And for example, main verb is jump, present participle you plus ing at the end of the word. So it's like jumping. Next. However, there are some special rules for words ending in CIE or like silent E, as well as for words ending in one vowel and one consonant. So let's take a look at the example number 1. For verbs ending in C, just add a K before ing, like the word panic to become panicking. Second, for verbs ending in IE, change the IE into a Y before adding ing, like the word tie to become tying. Third, for verbs ending in silent E, simply drop the N and then add ing change, and then add ing for the word change to become changing. Number 4, for words ending in double E, it follows the standard rules. As the word see to become seeing. And the last one, for verbs ending in one vowel and one consonant, double the consonant before adding ing. So there's two examples. The first one is run to become running, and the second one is admit to become admitting. So the first word run, you add double N and then you add it ing. And the second one admit, you add double T and then add ing. There are exceptions to this rule. However, if a word ending in a single vowel and a single consonant has two syllables, but the second syllable is not stressed, you can add ing without changing anything, like the word visit to visiting. Next. How to use the present participle in the continuous tense. The present participle along with a conjugated form of the verb be. When using a continuous tense, only the main verb is conjugated. The present participle always use the same ing form in the present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous tense. First, present continuous form is present form of be plus present participle. For the example is she is going to the game tonight. Second past continuous form is past form of be plus present participle. For the example is I was sleeping when my cat jumped on my head. Third, future continuous form is will plus be plus present participle. For the example is they will be running for mayor in the next election. Next. How to use the present participle in the future continuous tense. The present participle is also used for the perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. First, present perfect continuous form is has or have plus been plus present participle. For the example is I couldn't see the film because I have been working late all week. Second, past perfect continuous form is had plus been plus present continuous. For the example is the plane had been flying normally before raining struck the wing. Third, future perfect continuous form is will plus have plus been plus present continuous. For the example is in September, we will have been dating for 2 years. Next.
For the past participle is used in the perfect tense or as an adjective describing an action that had already been completed. Next. For the regular verbs, the past participle is the same as the simple past tense. That means you simply add ed to the end. For example, walk. To add ed in the end of the word is the walk. Just like with the present participle, there are special rules for verbs that end with C, E, or A consonant and Y, as well as for words ending in one vowel and one consonant. For verb ending with the C, you first add a K before ed, like picnic to picnic. For the word ending with the E, add only D, like hope, hope. For word ending with a consonant and Y, repeat the Y with an I before ending ed, such as study, to study. For verb ending in one vowel and one consonant, double the consonant before ending ed, like stop, to stop. Next.
For the irregular verbs, many irregular verbs have unique past participle that don't follow the normal rules. Unfortunately, you just have to memorize its irregular verb and its special past participle. For example, see is an irregular verb and tend to be seen is a past participle. And the last topic is how to use the past participle in the perfect tense. The past participle is a necessary part of the perfect tense, the present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. Although the auxiliary verb may change, the past participle remain the same in each perfect tense. First, present perfect has or have past participle. For example, they have practiced for this moment their whole life. Second, past perfect has past participle, like by the time the cup arrived, the thief had left. And the future perfect will have past participle, such as I will have gone home already when the pizza comes. So this is our group members. And thank you everyone for your attention.
All right. Okay, done for presentation, right? Thank you so much for a group presentation here. Just make sure that you submit PDF file into the line group. เดี๋ยวส่ง PDF file เข้าไปใน line กลุ่มเลยนะครับ team present. Okay. All right. Thank you so much fun, right? Okay, good. Again, right? Just because for this week we have to understand the way that we do grammar tests, especially when it comes to participle. So in conclusion, I can say that for participle, which might seem a little bit challenging and difficult just because it may be confused. It may confuse you for some reason. For example, you have to identify which one is that present participle, which is adding with ing, or even the past participle, which is verb 3 or ed forms, right? So basically it talks about the action ongoing, right? When it comes to C, present participle or ing, you have to notice that the agent is going to do something by their own. I mean, like if we are talking about a people, a teacher, teaching, student learning, things like that. So we call present participle here. But on the other hand, when it comes to understanding about past participle, so we have to shift into the aging or what is being done instead. For example, like if we talked about the lesson has been created in the interesting or in the way that very fascinating here, so we call like presented, or the object is being done here, right? So we call past participle. So we can look at the more example on the TOEIC exam again, right? Sometimes present participle and past participle can be an adjective which is located or placed in front of the noun. For example, like broken heart, is that right? Or interesting topic. So we can see that it is different, right? The adjective before noun can be defined in a different way when it comes to have like a present participle or past participle here. Hope you guys understand, right? Okay. Okayไหมฮะ okay พิมพ์ okay นิดนึง okay หน่อย okay ไหมเดี๋ยวเราต้อง move ไปคิวอื่นละนะฮะ make sure ด้วยนะฮะว่าส่ง PDF ไฟล์เดี๋ยวไม่มีคะแนน All right, thank you so much for all of you today, right? So moving to second section for today's class, just because we're done for English presentation. So to me, I just arranged my slot for teaching. The first one is that presentation. So it's about mutual collaboration or engaging classroom learning through the online, right? Even in on-site, you are asked to do a presentation too, right? Okay, so for today's class, I think you have to practice a bit about speaking activity before we go to the listening part, right? So actually, I'm going to have second part, discussion part 2, that we have to, firstly talk about the broad overview first. Okay, think about it. Just because I think that for you, you are studying in the LCI, right? So you don't have any problem much when it comes to have a speaking here. And this is the chance for all of you to practice out together. It doesn't mean that it might have a effect into the exam just because your midterm exam or final exam mainly focus on the TOEIC exam, which is listening and reading. But here is about like interactive activity that we have to do to each other. Okay. All right. So for this activity, we can see like we're gonna have one out of two from the following questions here. The first question is that just think about with some time underestimate the influence of little things. For example, like if you do something a little, you read at least 15 minutes a day, right? But you read every day, so you can finish a whole book just only 1 month or 2 months or whatever here. So this is a key for all of you to make sure to see such a progress from day-to-day basis, right? So sometimes we underestimate. Here is that ignore, right? Influence of little thing. Why we need to pay attention to the little thing. Okay, so this is a kind of like psychological factor, or you can boost or cultivate such a positive mindset in a daily routine, just because I don't want you to pressure much about the TOEIC exam, just because when it comes to have a reading or practicing a TOEIC test, it's kind of a little bit pressure here. So we have to cultivate a little bit positive, a little something for your progress here. Second, think about the key of learning something new is that the part of mastering a new skill. For example, for English skills, right, we can see that we have to study for full skill set integrated. For example, like listening comprehension. If you are not really, be familiar with a listening skill, right, listening for spoken communication, so I think you have to start off with that skill first, and then second is just level up to the speaking skill, or even sometimes like if you are preferring to to learn from reading, just memorizing lots of vocabulary, advanced vocabulary, learning by accidental, or when learning by keep it in heart, things like that, and then you can master the way that you can write something too. So this is the key of learning something new, is a part of mastering such that skill first. What I am trying to say here is that just process what you are going to study or learn something new first. Basically, ideally here, I can say that you can focus on 4 skill sets in English language teaching or in English language mastering such a new skill. For example, like for speaking, we're going to have a chance or a floor of opportunities here, right? And then you can practice on a weekly basis. Do you think you can master it, or you can develop, improve it from time to time or not? Things like that, right? Okay, I'm going to give you for 5 minutes first, and if you're ready, you can turn on the microphone. นะโอเคไหมฮะโอเคกด1ครับผม เราจะมีแค่1 2แล้วโอเคนะครับคณะให้เวลา5 นาทีนะครับเดี๋ยวเราไปซ้อมก่อนเลือกมา1หรือ2 A หรือ B แล้วก็ speak fit for fly All right. If you're ready, you can turn on the microphone here. Choose first, choose A or B, and then try to explain the idea. Right? Go for
Hello.
it. Yeah.
Okay, I choose A.
Mhm.
So what I think about this is that, yeah, it's true. It's actually related to us sometimes. Like sometimes we just ignore like a little things, and then when we realize that this little thing has a lot of benefits in it, it's already too late sometimes. So like we need to pay attention to little things a lot sometimes.
Okay. So one of your friends just mentioned that try to do such a little thing can have you know, a big right consequences. I mean, a big effect in the later life just because we try to let it go for some kind of procrastination here, right? Great. Thank you so much for your sharing here. You can type perfect into the line group เดี๋ยวพิมพ์ perfect เข้าไปเลยครับเดี๋ยวหา line ก่อน 03ใช่ปะ perfect เก่งมาก all right great thank you so much fun right for the first one volunteering right this is volunteering basis so I don't want to force everyone to do so but if you wish to share your own idea here it's a time and it's a floor for you to do so okay yeah perfect เข้ามาแล้วนะครับ All right, just choose one out of two. There is no right or wrong. Even you can talk short or talk long. It's fine for all of us to have a floor for speaking here. Yeah, good. Go for it.
I pick A.
A.
I agree with what you said. Lecturer, imagine you read a book every day, just one page per day, and you do it consistently for a year. Try to look at yourself a year later. Even if it's a little process, it will definitely have a significant impact on your outcome for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for your sharing here. So one of your friends just mentioned that we have to practice in a daily routine, even it is a little or even it is not too much, but we have to keep consistency in a daily routine just because if we aim to achieve it, we have to do so. Thank you so much for your sharing here. Just type perfect for me, please, into that line group. Just make sure that you have a perfect here. Everyone can have a perfect, yeah? Perfect is a key to learn English here. Just kidding. I'm thinking that it is a kind of like I try to motivate or encourage for all of you to speak up as a floor, an opportunity here, right? Wow.
Can
So we got yeah. Go ahead.
I choose B item. I think the key to learning new things it is for like self improvement. It's like being giving yourself to the opportunity to learn more new things. We will able to develop ourselves from what we learn and enhance it. Therefore, always learn new things in order to never stop improving yourself because it affects the future as well. Even people of working age must learn many things in order to adapt to the workplace and the work that they do.
I see. Thank you so much for your sharing here. Just type perfect into the line group, please. Okay. So one of your friends just said that just because we cannot even stop learning such a new thing, or even just life has been goes on going on and on, right? So sometimes like if we stop something here, it might cause a problem later. Once we cultivate ourselves, keep moving, keep learning, and keep studying from time to time, so we can see that we're far from the start. And this is very important for all of us to have. This is kind of like cultivating such a positive mindset, and we can go further, right, in a later life. Yeah, good. Thank you so much for your sharing here. Next, please. ใครได้ perfect บ้าง Yep มาเลยอือฮึ
Yes, I should be learning a new skill. It is good and important. Let us do it. It can be good or bad. Concentrate to have learned. It is part of learning a new skill because people never stop learning.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you so much for sharing here. Just type perfect into the line. Look, please. Okay. Yeah, so one of your friends just said that we cannot even stop learning here just because learning is a kind of a process of lifelong learning, I can say. So it means to all of us that we cannot even, ignore this kind of thing just because if we want to do something here, we have to master it and make sure that we go it into the right direction here. Great. There is no right, no wrong for this answer. I just want to hear for all of you, right? Sometimes it's a little bit tricky, but sometimes is it quite, close to all of us in a daily routine. Yeah. Perfect ยัง perfect เข้ามาแล้วนะฮะ If anyone want to share here, just type, no, just turn on the microphone and then talk. Fantastic. So this is the floor that we can practice together, right? So for this second discussion part, it straightforward to the TOEIC tasks. I mean, it's about like a thinking skill or how to do well on the TOEIC test, so we can think in a different dimension here. Perfect 1, perfect 2, perfect 3, perfect 4. 4 student perfection here. Anyone want to share? You can raise your hand. You can turn on the microphone here. Right? There is no right, no wrong, right? If there is no right, no wrong, it means that everyone can participate here. Okay, that's good, right? I think it's done for all of you to have the first activity for today class. Yeah, so I'm going to move for a second part for today class. Is okay? This one, right? Okay. So you can see that for this question is a little bit, a little bit detailed and a little bit crazy. We have to think about it. I just pick up a new form of the TOEIC test, and then I just want you to talk and share. You don't have to talk for whole aspect that I mentioned here. That what I want from you is that you just pick up one of 3 first, and then see why it is important to well prepare for the TOEIC tests. Okay. For the first question is that, do you think it is essential to use critical thinking in TOEIC tests while preparing? Yeah. How? And for second question is that, are you familiar with actively analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating information from the context of a TOEIC test preparation? So the keyword is that analyzing, synthesize, and then evaluating. How does critical thinking allow test taker to analyze and identify key information from listening passages, reading text, and questions here? Or even how does critical thinking help you make logical connections between ideas, critically evaluate options, and choose appropriate responses? Any other forms of critical thinking which are crucial to effectively interpret complex information in a limited time frame? Just because when it comes to doing a TOEIC test, you just only have a limited time to do so, right? So meaning that if you are running out of time, is that possible for you to use critical thinking to do the test instead? which enable to text taker to achieve a high or better score as expected. Okay, so all is all about like TOEIC preparation with critical thinking. So if you want to share that you have to use this, try to share to your classmates here. Okay, I'm going to give you for 5 minutes, and if you're ready, you can turn on the microphone here. เดี๋ยวให้เวลา 5 นาทีนะครับใครพร้อมแล้วเปิดไมค์รอเลย
Can I go first?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I choose question 1. I think it's essential to use critical thinking in TOEIC test preparation because in TOEIC test you will encountering the different parts like listening, reading, and writing. So it's kind of using a different skill to when you're taking the exam. So it's important to have the critical thinking.
Yeah.
To use it wisely.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for your sharing here. Just type fantastic into the line group just because for this one is a little bit detailed and you have to discuss from your thought and you have to see that how well you can do the test by using this kind of critical thinking here. Yeah, one of your friends just said that just because the TOEIC format contains not just only for a simple part, we can see like it developed from a simple, intermediate, or even advanced context, right? In that just a single test here, and I can see that using critical thinking may enhance your chance to get a better score in the reading comprehension, especially for the email and reply, just because it a lot of detail that you have to grasp in just only 1 minute set in that time allowed to you. And then sometimes if you can predict, for example, a cause, the relationship between cause and effect in that TOEIC test, so it might be easier for some of you to see or detect or specify the correct answer from that doing test 2, right? Great, thank you so much for your sharing here. Anyone want to share? You can turn on the microphone here. All right. So just because for us we're gonna have like a midterm exam on site, so everyone have to go to the university, right, campus on site, maybe week 9, right? First of October, I can say first week of October here. And just because actually for university policy has been set to be on site teaching and learning here, but I just decide based on your poll or your preferences that it seems to all of you that you're quite convenient if we run the online classes here. So I can say that yeah, it's okay for all of us to study like this, but here this is a chance for all of you to practice together. So for midterm and final exam, it strictly focused on the listening comprehension from the TOEIC test, and then for the first part for the midterm, I just let you do for some grammar test. Okay, so read it. It's not reading as part 5. Incomplete sentence and part 6 and step completion here for 100 items. You have to finish at that time. And for the final exam, I'm going to notice and let you know again, right? And at the end of this, maybe before final exam begins, right? So we have to come up with this kind of tip and strategy in order to make sure that you can get a full score of your TOEIC test too. Yep. Anyone want to share for this kind of discussion part? You can turn on the microphone here. Turn on that and have, don't worry, be happy. All right. All right, there is no right or wrong, right? Okay, TOEIC and critical thinking. In summarize, okay, in conclusion here, so I do understand is that it is a little bit challenging for all of us to have a critique or even analyze this kind of thing. But I would say that what you need to highlight here is that you have to have a skill of analyzing. You have to have a skill of synthesizing, and you have to have a skill of evaluating. For example, if you listen, right? If you listen for a listening test, you have to analyze the possibility of the TOEIC test first, and then try to come up with your own understanding and evaluate which is the first one, pros and cons, right? Which one is good or bad, things like that, or which one is less or more. So after that, you can understand the text properly here. For reading part, it seems to all of us that we have to be a quick reader, just because when it comes to have like reading such an email or reply, you have to understand that it's about a cause and problem or problem solution. When it comes to see from the email that someone wrote to you, and then they just say something that this mistake has been done, or even this, the problem occurs, you have to find out a possible solution in the TOEIC test, just because it is the way that, the relationship between cause and effect that you have to, see for more in the certain context here. Anyway, after that, if you're analyzing the context, for example, like if you are asked to read for some kind of passages that is relevant to human resource or recruitment, applying for a job, promoting for a job progression in a professional way, things like that. So it is very important to understand beforehand, and then you can use it and you can familiarize it. This kind of thing is very important for all of us to do the test properly here. Is that okay? All right. Okay, นะทุกคนโอเคพิมพ์โอเคต้องโอเคแล้วแหละ ประมาณนี้นะครับ เดี๋ยวเรามาลั่งฝึกทำไอ้นี้นิดหนึ่งนะครับหนึ่งนะฮะหาเมนไอเดียครับโอเค all right so for this slide I can say that this is the flow of practice what is the context and what is the main idea so you have to answer you can type your answer here into the chat box right this is voluntary basis right okay if I got the answer I will give you an explanation on it right so you can read for 1 minute here and then you can type the answer into the chat box here okay all right okay anyone want to type in the chat box here มีไหมเอ่ยนะ okay this is the possibility of your the TOEIC test ahead in the reading it's not reading it's listening here right? okay second move ไปทำหน้าสองต่อครับ Okay, moving to next one. Is this one, right? So if you got the answer, you can type here. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, main idea is to promote easy and context. Great, thank you so much for your sharing here. So this is the easy, right? So the previous one, okay? Okay, good. Thank you so much for your sharing the information here. Great. Just because I just want to make sure that you can do the test properly, and then this is make that cognitive skill, meaning that you have to use your thinking skill in certain time, right? But I'm going to timing just only for 1 minute, and then you have to just respond the answer as much as possible here. So next, please. All right. So you can see from this kind of talk, and then write what you understood from this kind of text. Okay. Yeah, bài hát thiếu gì. Okay, good, right? Encourage people to eat breakfast, and in context of big breakfast give you enough nutritious and energy to work in the morning. Okay, you can jot it down, right, based on your iPad or your short note here, just because it's about your midterm exam. If you want to make sure that you can get this kind of, just because for a midterm exam, for the final, right, for the final, in terms of a reading comprehension, I have to make sure that you got the main idea in each question properly. It doesn't mean that it's about multiple choices here. So it's a flow for all of us to practice for each other. Yeah, next,อีกนิดหนึ่งอยู่. All right. Okay, next one. Again, right, timing just only for 1 minute. If you can achieve the main idea in 1 minute, it's fine. It is perfectly fine for you. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Okay, I hope you guys done, right? Done for 5 paces practice for actually this is I just you know, retrieve it from the TOEIC part 4, right? Talk and conversation, right? So basically what you need to do is that I just wanted you to review a bit, just because it's about like a reading comprehension. And if you got the main idea from each talk while listening there, it would be great. So here is about like, you know, you can see the text first and then try to understand what they are talking about. And then if you achieve it, I would say that you can be able to do the test properly. All right, so moving to listening test, I'm going to send you the link, right? It's okay, the link into the line group, and you can practice at home, right? And after we can go for break, and then we can come up again with the TOEIC test later, right? Okay, let's go for break. 15 minutes. So let's say like I'm going to see you again 15, 10, 15, 20. I need help. โอเคพร้อมหรือยังครับกดหนึ่งขึ้นมานิดนึง1 เรามาทำโจทย์กันนะครับไม่ยากหน้านี้ไม่ได้มีอะไรมาก software developers นะครับ investigated the last problem ตอบข้อไหนดี are just investigated have already investigated still investigated แล้วก็ have yet investigated นะครับโอเคลองดูนะถ้าสังเกตแล้วเนี่ยตัวนี้เนี่ยเราต้องดูก่อนว่าเป็น passive หรือ active right just because we have to identify which ones go for passive form and which ones go for the active form I can say that when we look at for this sentence we can see that it must be active form is that right so we do not need been or plus been past participle or be past participle here so we can see that the blank that could be fit is that have already. Is that right? Okay, great. Thank you so much for your sharing here. Baby, just type B for me, please. Okay, great. So for second question, we can see at the 7 international ballet competition. At the 7 international ballet competition, Fernando is aging as a person here, right? 1. So you can see that we got this sentence structure that which is implied for the past form, is that right? 1, 2, something here. 1, 2, something here. So we need 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that okay? Winning 2, something like that, right? So the first gold medal ever 2, or United States of male dancer. Again, right? When we see from the possible answers here, we have to pick it up and then try to place the blank here. For example, like to be awarded, be award, that awards, or should be awarding. So here we need something follow with 2. Is that right? So 1 to be awarded to United States. So the answer we go for A or B. ตอบข้อไหนดี to be awarded คือ C และ D ไม่ใช่อยู่แล้ว for sure นะฮะ be award A แหละนะ alright thank you so much for your sharing here just type A for me please ลองพิมพ์เกรดครับพิมพ์เกรดขึ้นมาเลย clear move ต้องสนุกนิดนึงนะฮะสนุกไหมไม่รู้นะฮะokay right next place okay so we can see from the third questions here commercial builders downplay if we identify from the subject and verb agreement here we can see like this one is that subject of a sentence and the second one is that verb form is that right best anticipated right housing market the concern of so actually when we have got the word form here so we need noun plus noun am I correct again noun plus noun which is a noun of noun or even a phrase noun plus noun here the concern of concerning to concern that or even concerned about again right this is the main verb we need noun and noun so when we compare, among of 4 differences here, we can see that noun of noun would be the correct answer here. So the answer will go for A. That's correct. Thank you so much for your sharing here. Just type A for me, please. พิมพ์ A มาเลยครับทุกคนสอนเร็วนิดนึงนะได้นะไม่มีปัญหา clear ไปครับ Next, most amphibians hatch from Earth late in the water. And moist ground and begin life for the driving lava สักอย่างนะครับข้อนี้ตอบอะไรดี we can see that such plus n is that right as plus noun to be awarded things like that and are plus ing ed or an adjective this is possible in many ways yeah so the answer will go for as just because it's direct to to say something in parallel I can say yeah so as would be the answer here everyone type B for me please พิมพ์ B นิดนึงไหนๆก็เรียนละ B หน่อย baby เก่งมากครับ ต่อครับลองทำเองลองทำเองบ้าง5 และ 6ครับลองพิมพ์คำตอบมาใหม่นะAlright, just because strong export in driving first quarter growth, rising 35% from the year earlier, right? So we can see play a big role, play a hand, and then effectively instrumental. Sorry, happening. So for this question, we can see from in driving first quarter. Play a big role is that play an important role. So it's the same structure, the same phrase. Is that right? So we have to answer A. Everyone type A for me, please. ลองพิมพ์ A ครับ A นิดนึงดีมาก Of all the economically important plant upon has been something here. The list studied. The study list, the list, and then studied. So here we can see have been plus past form, right? Or past participle here. I would say that the answer must go just only for an A. พิมพ์อะไรดี พิมพ์ A นิดนึง พิมพ์เข้ามาครับใครอยากได้ A พิมพ์ A A ยกเสกนะครับ7 และ 8นะลองทำเองก่อนAlright, the law will encourage growth in the export market next year. In fact, sometime possible. So we can see that will it fall for future, right? Future form, future tenses here. So we need adverb that specify the time frame. So it must be next year, right? A ครับNext, please. Okay. The best known diffuse nebula in a great blah 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 seen by naked eye. One can be seen, it can be seen, which can be seen, or who can be seen. So basically, this is pronoun reference, right? So we have to see that if it's direct to the noun before what we are going to say, it have to specify. If we talked about something specific, you have to say one, which or that. But if it referred to unknown thing, right? Unknown, meaning that something is not specific. So we have to put it. So here, I think it is clear to say best known diffuse nebula. So meaning that this one is clearly specifically mentioned here. So we have to go for A, one. ทุกคนพิมพ์ A มาครับ one เข้ามาเลยนะ search 9 และ 10ครับอันนี้ยากลองทำก่อนNew service was expected to be success แล้วก็มี semicolon very few a customer upgraded their account although ได้ไหมไม่น่าได้สิ่งที่ต้องการคืออะไรAgain, right, just because we have to understand the punctuation. Basically, for a punctuation, if you see semicolon here, so the first sentence and second sentence must be contradict to each other, meaning that we have yet or but here. Yet ครับผม 1 2 3 4 ตอบ A ครับผมเก่งมากพิมพ์ A Again, right, just because if you put order here, so basically for the order, it must start from the first sentence and then it's arranged in the contradictory meaning of it. Is that right? But if you put yet, just it means that it is already as specified for the present perfect con here. What about moreover here? It seems to that the sentences must go hand in hand or must go in the same way. Yeah. So next ข้อ 10ครับตอบข้อไหนดี marine minute ใครตอบได้ให้ A ครับผมลองตอบมาตอบ B boy เก่งมากalright just because it is word order word form is that right word order meaning that if you have a noun, right? Animals is a noun, right? So which one is specified closely? It is very important. So we have to see that marine must be closest to animal, and minute it must be specified for the little thing here, little marine animals and plant. It would be fit in this blank here. So the answer will go for B. ตอบ B นะครับมีอีกไหมลองทำต่อแสดงว่าโจทย์เยอะในวันนี้11 ครึ่งแน่เลยไม่เป็นไรครับทำต่อครับไม่รอใครมีคนตอบเข้ามาแล้วน่ารักมากๆนะครับลองดูนะ Committee is concerned about the targeted of seniors so that are recommending a special study serving services serve like a service ต้องเป็น service แหละ B-boy นะอันนี้ง่ายนะครับI can say that just because we need a noun here and then this one is past participle which is a service is not an agent as a person so it's about an object right so we have to specify in a different way which is for the passive or even and past participle here yep ตอบ B นะต่อครับ12Senior manager believe that the newly employee parking lot changes are unfortunate มีคนตอบอะไรบ้าง A implemented right that's correct ตอบ A มาเลยครับ Just because here we can see the newly employing parking, we have to identify parking here is not agent as a person. So the adjective here must be ed or past participle instead. So we can see that implemented employee parking must be the correct answer. If you put implementing, meaning that it is the action ongoing, so it's not specified in this context here. So the answer will go for A. ตอบ A นะเก่งมากทำต่อครับถ้าเก่งแบบนี้ไปต่อเลยไม่ต้องรอใครนะฮะมาแล้วตอบได้นะครับไม่ต้องกลัว floor practice new photocopy of our department can be purchased as soon as a form of submitted not before so basically we have to understand the meaning of it right sometimes the sentence can be specified in different way pros and cons pros in the same way or in the similarity or differences here I'm going to say that for this question is that but not before just because it is contradictory to each other here C ครับผมตอบ C next factory worker often work factory workers often work together in pairs with a responsibility to keep a line moving responsibility เป็น noun นะ so we need an adjective here which is specified word form word formation here I would say that the answer will go for A is that right A ไหม just because when we talk about responsibility it doesn't mean that it refer to a person but this is some kind of abstract thing for example a collaborative responsibility mutual responsibility right so the answer will go for A it's not relative responsibility it's not partner relative or couple here has to specify a noun which is related to a person for example like partner brother partner friendship things like that but here responsibility must go with mutual responsibility so the answer will go for A พิมพ์ A นิดนึงพิมพ์ A ครับเก่งมาก 15และ16ครับตอบเข้ามาก่อนนะฮะ she was consulting with someone in her office when she was by it's not that difficult I can say by a ringing telephone just because you got consulting here already right and then this one is that past passive is that right past participle so we need verb 3 or interrupted here be by พิมพ์ B ครับ The candidate spent a lot of money to attract the voters during the recent election campaign. So here we have to specify or describe amount of money, which is a lot of money. So which one is a closely meaning of lot of money, right? Lot amount of money. So the answer we go for exorbitant, just because it seemed to refer to a lot of money here. B-boy ครับ ไปครับไม่ต่อไปต่อไม่รอแล้วนะ19-20ครับเดี๋ยวจะจบละIt seems to me right it seems to me that a new office equipment will be delivered in floor conference unlikely dislike แล้วก็ dislike ต้องเป็น unlikely is that right just because seem here we can see that it seem impossible it seem unstraightforward so here is about like adjective and adverb here so the answer we go for unlikely B-boy ครับเก่งมาก next Project manager makes sure that our project tasks are resolved equally among the project staff compliment complain commanding competent content ตอบกันนะครับ So here we can see that equally the meaning is that substantially referred to the way that a person is quite professional is that right professional meaning that we have to see the closest meaning here competent would be the right answer here ตอบข้อ deduct นะครับ competent actually competent here that's it นะ challenge ไม่ต้องทำนะฮะอันนี้ทำเป็นการบ้าน so to those of you just want to challenge yourself if you are competent or you are a smart student you can do a practice here but I'm going to say that I just skip it then skip ได้ไหมฮะใครอยาก skip พิมพ์ skip ครับผมเพราะมันยากและเวอร์เยอะเวอร์นิดนึงเข้าไปทำเป็นการบ้านแล้วกันนะครับลองไปแบบไปส่งเสริมความรู้เองแล้วกันนะ skip ทีนี้มาดูที่ text completion ครับผม All right, so for this talk again, right? I just remind you again that you have to have two versions of the skill required. The first one is that reading comprehension, and the second one is that you need to specify the vocabulary in context or even the grammatical features, accuracy of grammatical features here, right? Once again, that what you need to do is that I'm going to give you 1 minute to prepare for this kind of question. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 or 2 minutes. Once you finish, you can type the answer into the chat box. เดี๋ยวให้เวลาประมาณ3 นาทีนะฮะข้อละ1 นาทีนะโอเคเดี๋ยวมาเฉลยครับ โอเคมีคนตอบเข้ามาแล้วนะฮะเป็นไงบ้างสำหรับ task นี้นะฮะเป็นข้อสอบ midterm เลยนะBestlink Telecom recently upgraded its network and involved offering high-speed internet in your area. We began delivering service on right July 17 ต้องเป็น on นะตอบ4ไม่ยาก Bestlink fast and reliable service for the lowest cost. We promise to match the price of any competitor charging less than us. Our customers may use the online storage services for free. เพราะฉะนั้นตัวนี้เนี่ยเราต้องการคำศัพท์ที่เป็น upgrade ถูกไหมเป็นแนวแบบ improve ก็ได้ คือต้องการอะไรที่มันแบบ further progress ประมาณนั้นนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นคำตอบลงไปที่ A นะเก่งมาก next whether you are downloading video or further sharing of your work you will be able to get it done in less time than ever สิ่งที่เกิดขึ้นคือคำที่7เนี่ยต้องเช็คนะครับว่ามันสัมพันธ์กันยังไงวิธีการเช็คก็คือว่าพอเราอ่าน1 sentence แรกกับ sentence ที่2เนี่ยมันล้อหรือว่ามันสัมพันธ์กันด้วยกันหรือเปล่านะฮะเช่น and those already using the telephone service to get a discount for 20% by upgrading high-speed internet package. This service no longer available in your area. Be wary based on manifold. Your bill will vary based on manifolds you store. This will cause the cost of computers to be cut high speed. ต้องเป็นดีเนาะเพราะเขาพูดถึงการ improve นะฮะถูกป่ะดีเก่งมากและข้อสุดท้ายครับ password statement demonstration กับ repair ลองดูข้อนี้ต้องเป็นอะไรครับ reduce rate will be reflected on you in the following month password ไม่ใช่ต้องเป็น statement ถูกไหมเพราะว่าเขาพูดถึง bill หรือว่า bill ราคาที่ต้องจ่าย let's say เป็นอย่างนั้นนะฮะเพราะฉะนั้นสรุปนะฮะสรุปข้อ5ตอบ C ข้อ6ตอบข้อ7ตอบ deduct แล้วก็จบด้วยตอบ statement B boy เคลียร์นะฮะทุกคนลองทำอีก3ข้อให้เวลา2 นาทีใครได้คำตอบแล้วจัดมาเลยครับมาครับ we have been written report in form แล้วก็ purpose we have been ต้องเช็คก่อนนะครับว่าถ้าเป็น written เนี่ยมันจะเป็นแบบกลางเป็นแบบไม่ได้เป็นแบบnegative action หรือว่า positive action แต่คำว่า report เนี่ย written กับ report เนี่ยมันจะเป็น written text นะครับถ้า inform เนี่ยมันจะเป็น spoken I was informed by one of customer เพราะฉะนั้นในตัวนี้เนี่ยเราพูดถึง text ที่เป็นemail เพราะฉะนั้นมันต้องเป็น reported ข้อ A ก็เลยต้องตอบ B ไปนะครับทันนะไปที่2ครับ March อันนี้เราต้องเช็คนะครับว่าเราต้องการ ing หรือว่า ed ถ้าสังเกตแล้วเนี่ยมันเป็นไงมันเกิดขึ้นไปแล้วจะแรกแล้วก็มันพูดถึงสิ่งของด้วยถามว่ามันทำเองได้ไหมไม่ได้มันต้องถูกกระทำว่ามันถูกส่งไปอย่างช้านั่นหมายว่าเราต้องการ ed ใช่ไหมครับถ้าเป็นต้องการ ed ต้องเป็น failed หลายคนชอบตอบ failing คือ action ongoing นะครับหมายความว่าเราต้องทำให้มันเกิดขึ้นเองซึ่งในส่วนนี้เนี่ยไม่ใช่ต้องเป็น failed ตอบ A นะและสุดท้าย been and were expected to arrive อันนี้ดูจาก context ก็ได้นะครับบอกว่า expected to arrive เนี่ยมันมาไม่ทันทำไงดีฮะนั่นหมายว่าตัวนี้เป็น delay นั่นเองใช่ป่ะ delay replace implemented repair ก็ต้องเป็น delay สรุปนะครับคำตอบลงไปที่ B ใช่ไหม A แล้วก็จบด้วย A เก่งมากอันนี้เป็นข้อสอบทรง midterm นะขอให้ทุกคนplay safe นะคิดว่าโอเคนะครับไม่น่ามีปัญหาใช่ป่ะครับนะเป็น BAA นะครับพร้อมยังอยากทำ vocab ยัง ถ้าอยากทำ vocab ให้พิมพ์ x y ครับผมเราจะได้ปิดคลาสละเหมือนเดิมเลยนะฮะ alright so shall we move to the last section for today's class? It deals with vocabulary in context, vocabulary synonymous, and vocabulary expansion here. And after that, I just let you create a meaningful sentence based on idiomatic expression or even phrasal verb that has been due with sentence structure here. So to me, I can say that the first part is that driven, gesture, currently, gradually, good one is that the noun, the noun นะครับ hazardous, hesitation, hunter, harbor, highly. So 10 root word here, and you have to expand the vocabulary. Synonymous again, 6.2, identification, imaginative, immediate, right? Impatient, implement, impression, improper, incentive, inclined, and then inclusion for 6.2 here. Moving to the last section here is that, what is that? Inconvenience, indication, individually, inexperience, individual, inflation, influential, installation, insurance แล้วก็จะเป็น inquiry that's it ถ้าเกิดว่าเราหาแล้ว30คำนะครับให้เราพิมพ์คำว่า done คูณ3หรือว่า done นะฮะแล้วก็ before we go นะครับ timing 10 นาทีพอนะเดี๋ยวเราเลิกที่ 11 โมงโอเค someone done for 3 times already, right? Thank you so much for kindly participate and do such a talk for vocabulary expansion here. So now we have come to the last section for today's class. I'm going to let you see for this kind of verb and noun collocation here. You can see that you are asked to create a meaningful sentences, right? Based on the word given here. But for today's class, we can see that we got 2 phrases: committing murder, right? Committing a crime, do my homework, making my bed, give a presentation, give a speech here. Again, right? You have to put, if you choose number 1, you have to create 2 sentences and connecting the connecting word, for example, and, although, but, however, whatever here. Is that okay? Understood, right? If you're ready, turn on the microphone and do. Yeah. And once you finish, you can have a time. Yeah, good. Go ahead.
I choose number 1.
Right.
The sentence is: police suspect that the woman's committing murder case was a committing suicide on her own. ค่ะ
All right. Thank you so much for your sharing here. Great. You can leave from the Zoom if you wish to do so. Next, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I choose number 2. I need to do my homework. However, I also need to finish making my bed as well.
All right. Thank you so much. So much fun, right? Thank you so much for sharing the idea here. You can leave. You can do so if you wish to do so. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Next, please.
Thank you.
Yep.
Can I?
Yep.
He committed a murder before he committed suicide.
All right. Thank you so much for your sentences, right? Collaborative team. Next, please. À, ใครอยาก leave นะฮะ Those of you wanna leave from the Zoom, right? Just talk and then do the activity before we go here.
Can I try?
Yep.
Okay, I chose number 3. Giving a presentation to class is like giving a speech to many people in a meeting room or a hall.
Okay, thank you so much for your sharing here. You can leave from the Zoom if you wish to do so. Next.
I picked the second one.
Yep.
I usually do my homework at night, but I don't like making my bed.
Thank you so much fun for you sharing the idea here. You can leave if you wish to do so. Next.
Can I?
Yep.
The second one, I usually do my homework after making my bed.
Thank you so much for your sharing here. Next. You can turn on the microphone if you want to leave from this Zoom. Zoom.
อาจารย์ครับขอถามอะไรหน่อยได้ไหมครับ
ได้ครับว่าไงฮะ
พอดีเรื่องยื่น exempt ครับตอนนี้มันหมดเขตยื่นมาหรือยังครับ
ยังครับยื่นได้เรื่อยๆจนกว่าจะไฟนอลก็คือสิ้นเดือนของเรา semester 1ใช่ไหมสิ้นเดือนพฤศจิกนะครับก็คือยังได้อยู่ก็คือก่อนไฟนอลถ้าไฟนอลมันไม่ทันคือจริงๆอย่างนี้คือตัว exempt เนี่ยให้เราถ้าเราจะใช้ข้อสอบTOEIC เนี่ยพยายามสอบให้ได้เกิน750เพราะมันจะยื่นได้2ตัวคือตัวนี้มันยื่นที่700ถูกไหมครับแต่ว่าถ้าตัว 3.4 เนี่ยก็จะเป็น750หมายความว่าคนที่ยื่นคะแนนที่อยู่ในช่วง700ถึง745เนี่ยจะยื่นได้แค่ตัวนี้ตัวเดียวแต่ถ้าเกิดใครที่ได้เกิน750และเซว่าเกินกว่านั้นเราสามารถยื่นได้2ตัวคือ 3.3 ตัวหนึ่งกับ 3.4 ด้วยอันนี้ recommend ให้แบบถ้าจะสอบให้สอบได้คะแนนสูงๆไปเลยแล้วค่อยมายื่นดีกว่านะฮะแต่ว่า timing ของการยื่นก็คือได้เรื่อยๆจนถึงก่อน final ของภาคการศึกษานี่คือของเทอมนี้คือน่าจะอยู่ที่ประมาณสิ้นเดือนพฤศจิกาครับ
ครับแล้วนอกจากโทอีกมีตัวไหนไหมครับ ที่ใช้ได้ด้วยกัน
BC ก็มีรู้สึกว่าไอจำตัวเลขไม่ได้ ต้องไปถามไม่แน่เพราะว่าตัว BC นี้มันเพิ่งเปิดมา BC คือ British Council นะครับที่เหมือนจะมีคนไปสอบมาแล้วยื่นแต่ว่าอาจารย์ยังไม่ได้ไฟล์คะแนนนะครับแต่เท่าที่เข้าใจน่าจะอยู่ที่ประมาณ350ขึ้นไปมั้งคือให้อยู่ในช่วงB1 คือปกติแล้วเนี่ยตัว British Council เนี่ยเขาจะ T-scale มาตาม CEFR นะครับถ้าเราตกอยู่ช่วง B1 เราสามารถยื่นได้ B1 B2 นี่แหละถ้าจำไม่ผิดใช่ครับครับ
ครับแล้วคือถ้ายื่นไปแล้วก็คือก็ยังมาเรียนได้อยู่ใช่ไหมครับแค่จะได้เกรด
เรียนได้ถ้ายื่นไปแล้วเนี่ยเพื่อ make sure ว่าเราได้ A คนที่ยื่นก็คือคนที่ต้องการ A แค่นั้นเองแต่เพราะฉะนั้นถ้าเกิดว่าเราได้ A แล้วเนี่ยเรามาเรียนหรือไม่เรียนก็ไม่ได้มีปัญหาแต่ว่าคลาสของอาจารย์ก็ต้องถูกรันไปเรื่อยๆจนจบ ภาคการศึกษาดีๆครับครับผม
ครับขอบคุณครับอาจารย์
โอเคครับ Thank you so much fun for today class. I think everyone done for today activity. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys happy. See you next time. Bye bye. ขอบคุณครับ